Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond Compare Wrestling. At a combined weight of 540 pounds, Ultimo Nightmare and the hardcore icon Xander, they are the Exiled. Making their way to the ring, flips per second, FPS.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight on another edition of BCW Television, and we are kicking it off exactly where we left off last week. We have the Exiled in the ring about to take on Flips Per Second, and as we saw at the conclusion of episode 13's main event, it was Ultimo Nightmare making his debut, savagely attacking Jacob Akane, and we're going to get an update on Jacob Akane later tonight. But we have Xander and Ultimo Nightmare, the Exiled, making their tag team debut in this opening contest, taking on Flips Per Second as we see they're making their way to the ring. And to kick off this episode, we had Xander come out and give the riot act to everyone on the BCW roster. Took out Jacob Akane, and now they're looking to go for the BCW World Tag Team titles, looking to take out the Game Changers, who, as Xander said, he feels was the catalyst for really setting Jacob Akane against Xander, and then, of course, bringing in Ultimo Nightmare to help with that match. 2-on-2, we got Flips Per Second taking on the Exiled. The bell has rung, the match is underway, and Ultimo Nightmare coming out right away with a big slam and just going right over to PJ Parker, hitting him right in the face, knocking him off the ring, and directing his attention back to Will Roberts with a big, huge slam. Ultimo Nightmare coming out fast and hitting some big shots, and Flips Per Second, they're going to have to use all their speed, all their quickness, all their agility to try and get away from this monster. Use everything they can to try and inflict damage. Jump around the ring, maybe discombobulate him, because Ultimo Nightmare looked absolutely devastating. And devastating right there with a big clothesline. Just all power, all damage. Every move this monster does, big chokeslam there. Every move he does just is absolutely devastating. And he's going right after PJ Parker. Almost taking on Flips Per Second in a handicap match here and faring quite well. Takes him over with a fireman's carry and goes for another big move, it looks like. Big, huge slam there. Really high angle F5. And it's been all Ultimo Nightmare. Some minor counters from Will Roberts, but... Oh, and there we go. Using the ropes, that's what he's got to do. Use the ropes. Use the ring to his advantage. Get momentum. Get speed. Get torque. And this is what Ultimo Nightmare is doing. Just getting him in the corner and just putting that boot and that knee. Boot right to the face. Knee smashing him. And he's going for that big, huge power bomb again. That's how he took out Jacob Akane. And Will Roberts is stiff on the ropes, and he goes to PJ Parker. Looks like he's going over to Xander to see what to do. Opts to go for the pin. This could be it. And Will Roberts kicks out. Wow. We've been told that big, huge last ride style powerbomb is known as Nightmare Fuel. It's the finishing maneuver of Ultimo Nightmare. And the way he does it just picks him up. He's got Ultimo Nightmare's almost 7 feet, maybe 6'7", 6'8". So when he lifts you up, your head is about 10 feet in the air. When you come crashing down, the way he does it, your neck and your head and your shoulders just smash those ropes. That's what took out Jacob Akane and allowed Xander to get the pin last week in episode 13's main event, that Beyond Rules match. Absolutely devastating maneuver, that Nightmare Fuel. Xander goes for the cover here. PJ Parker with a huge set-on, breaking it up. And I think for this match, it's for the Exiled, I think it's really just come out here and send a message to the locker room, send a message to the Game Changers, send a message to every other tag team on the BCW roster. I don't think it's about the quick win. I don't think it's about the win, obviously, but not about the quick win. It's about sending a message, inflicting punishment. I think they want to send a message to the locker room that if you're matched up against the Exiled, you're in for a long night of pain and hardships. Some tag team synergy here from Xander and Ultimo Nightmare. locking him up in the corner and then taking him out with that double suplex. And this has been all Exiled. Will Roberts has got to get a tag to PJ Parker. He has not made a tag yet. Ultimo Nightmare and Xander have tagged in and out. But when you're going up against Ultimo Nightmare, just look at the physique, look at the stature of that man. And Xander, you got to use every ounce of tag team synergy. And Will Roberts has been shut down thoroughly in this match. He has not been able to make the tag. PJ Parker's been on the apron, but he's been getting mauled by Ultimo Nightmare. Anytime there's a little bit of moment of rest, Ultimo Nightmare's going out and just smashing PJ Parker in the face, thus preventing Will Roberts from getting the tag. Real smooth tag team synergy from Ultimo Nightmare and Xander in this one. Ultimo Nightmare deciding what to do and opts to just smash Will Roberts' head right into the mat. Speaking of smashing his head in the mat, going for that Nightmare Fuel finisher again. This has got to be it. I was surprised he kicked out the first time we've seen Will Roberts' resilience, but I do not think you're getting out a second time. Xander in, PJ Parker in, and that's it. The Exiled win their debut match here in BCW. Flips per second, quite the tag team, but I can't say it's a surprise. The Exiled just look absolutely devastating. They are a tag team you do not want to face, you do not want to be matched up against. They have showed no weakness in this opening debut and just absolutely shutting down flips per second every which way. Hitting big maneuver, not being able to make the tag out. Absolute domination.
Here is your winner via pinfall, the Exiled.
Oh, and we got Ultimo Nightmare here with a steel chair about to further make his point, send a message. Oh, there's Tony Rizzo. Tony Rizzo making the save. Ultimo Nightmare is a walking weapon all to himself, so to have a steel chair in his hand, I can't even imagine what kind of damage he would have done to PJ Parker. Alright, and for our second match of the night, we have The Great Gomez taking on Byron Cassidy. The Great Gomez is the older brother of Sergio Gomez, and things have been heating up between Sergio and Byron. Sergio sending out The Great Gomez here tonight to do a little scouting, to do a little damage. The Great Gomez, Byron Cassidy here tonight in the next matchup.
.6'4" and weighing in at 305 pounds. He is a luchador with over 35 years experience and a former WWL World Champion. He is the Great Gomez.
And there he is, the 35-year veteran, the Great Gomez, former worldwide lucha heavyweight champion. The older brother of Sergio Gomez, he is making his way to the ring here tonight. about to take on Byron Cassidy. And you gotta suspect that the marching orders from Sergio Gomez is to come out here and for the great Gomez to do a little damage to Byron just ahead of Sergio's and Byron's matchup at the upcoming BCW Random Draw event.
Fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet tall and weighing 230 pounds. He is a shoot wrestler and submission specialist. He is the Butcher, Byron Cassidy.
Alright, second match is underway. The Great Gomez taking on Byron Cassidy here tonight. And we got quite the contrast of styles in this match. We have the Great Gomez, Lucha Libre legend, 35 years experience, former worldwide Lucha champion. He's going to be using all that Lucha style here tonight. Whereas Byron Cassidy, from Britain, he has that British style, a lot of mat-based submissions. He does have a bit of MMA training as well, so he's going to be using those submissions, those knockouts, those strikes. So a contrast of styles here. I think the Great Gomez is going to want to use the ropes. He's going to want to go up top. He's going to want to fly around the ring, use his agility and experience, whereas Byron, I think, is going to want to try and ground this one, use his submission game. Very adept at submissions. He has the most submission wins here in BCW. So we're going to see whose game plan can be executed fully and if it'll pay off here tonight. Of course, over the last few weeks, we've had Sergio Gomez going after Byron Cassidy in a few sneak attacks because Sergio Gomez felt that Byron disrespected him by basically reneging on a gentleman's agreement. In BCW Week 2, Sergio Gomez and Byron were in a tag team match where if either member of that team won, they would be injected into the BCW World title match to crown the first BCW World Champion. Byron won that match, and I guess the agreement they had was whoever won that tag match was going to go on, win the BCW World title, and give the other a title shot, and Byron did not win the title, so that's where Sergio... Oh, and big, huge move there. Big, huge move by the Great Gomez going over the top rope to the outside. He's not going to be able to pull off moves like that every second of the match. With 35 years of experience, his body, I don't think, can handle it, but he's an old dog, and that is an old trick that I'm sure he's been doing for the last 35 years. Big, huge damage. The Great Gomez goes about 300 pounds, so when you have 300 pounds crashing over the top rope to the outside, that's a lot of momentum and gravity swinging your way. And he goes for the Three Amigos and finishes it up with the perfect plex, but only manages to get a 1. Variation of the Three Amigos on that one. And some huge and impressive moves by the Great Gomez. He may have 35 years experience in this business, but he can still pull out some amazing maneuvers. He is not past his prime. He is not over the hill. He is legit. And speaking of legit, Byron Cassidy going for a bulldog choke and then almost turning it into a camel clutch there. Sort of halfway between a bulldog choke and a camel clutch. Flips over and gets a knee right to the face for his trouble. And playing it up to the crowd. Fan favorite in Mexico. I do not know if he's a fan favorite here with the BCW faithful. Of course, being aligned with Sergio, Sergio has not ingratiated himself to the fans. Sneak attacks and been all over Byron Cassidy the last few weeks. And Byron really doubling down on the submission game. Going for that bulldog choke camel clutch again. Of course, Byron's most potent submission is the bone flied and tied. It's that STF maneuver. That's a bit of a variation on it, just not tying up the legs on that one. And both men executing their game plans, I think, the way that they wanted it. Byron going for those submissions, and the Great Gomez, as we've seen with the three amigos and that move over the top rope to the outside. But just showing a bit of power there. Big power bomb. And for this one, you have to wonder what the X factor is. I think the X factor is for this one. Sergio told the Great Gomez to come out here, and you have to wonder what the intentions are. Is the Great Gomez sent out here to injure Byron Cassidy? Is he sent out here to do a scouting report on Byron Cassidy to see what kind of moves he does, where his weaknesses lie, where his strengths are? So we're going to see how that one plays out. But Byron just all over the Great Gomez. And to put it on the flip side, the Great Gomez and Sergio Gomez both have a very similar moveset, very similar skill set. They are brothers after all. So Byron here is getting a bit of a scouting report himself on what Sergio may bring to the table in their matchup coming up in a few weeks at the Random Draw event. Goes for the cover, only a 2. And now we're coming up to a few minutes in this match, and we're going to see what the Great Gomez has been told to do. This is about the point where he's either going to do something to really injure Byron, or if he's going to take it and maybe just try and wear him out. As we've seen, Byron is in amazing shape. He has amazing cardio. I don't think the Great Gomez has the same amount of cardio. So we're going to see how much is in the gas tank. And speaking of the gas tank, Byron right there going for a submission. The Great Gomez, so much experience over all the years. He may not be the submission expert and the MMA expert that Byron is, but he's seen it all and he knows how to get out of it all. And Byron here, will he be able to get out of this one? The butcher's block! Slamming the Great Gomez right down to the mat, rattling that spine, that whiplash on the neck. 2, and got him. Byron Cassidy picks up the win here tonight, gets some much needed momentum ahead of his matchup against Sergio Gomez. But just some beautiful moves. The Great Gomez did everything in his power, it looked like, to win this match. I don't think the game plan was to come out here and hurt him. I think it was to wear him out, get that scouting report for his younger brother Sergio. And if you can beat him, you beat him, but not here tonight. Succumb to that butcher's block, and this was right before that. Firing shots, transitioning into submissions. Byron so adept at knockout power and submission power.
Here is your winner via pinfall, Byron Cassidy.
Oh, and here we got Sergio Gomez coming to the ring. Sergio with a big shot to the face. Sergio not content that his older brother didn't get the job done, so he's coming out here to do the job himself. Sneak attacking Byron, and Byron was going for maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes in that match, so he's a little bit worn out here. Sergio in his street clothes and hits that big DDT. And he's going for the top rope. Is he going to go for the big frog splash that he does, that big splash off the top? And he goes for it. Misses. Sergio Gomez misses on that one. And Byron going for a double shot here with the butcher's block on Sergio Gomez. Teaching a lesson to Sergio Gomez ahead of their big one-on-one matchup coming up. And he's letting them know. Well, some big news there. Benson Hicks out of the six-man main event. But we're going to the co-main event here tonight. Grizzly Mac versus Adam Ace. And the intangible for this match is the win percentage that both men have. 80% for Grizzly Mac, 86% for Adam Ace. But Grizzly Mac is undefeated in singles competition. His only loss was in a tag team match. Adam Ace, his only loss was to the BCW World Champion Dirty Dawn. We're going to see who gets it done here tonight.
Making his way to the ring, he is one half of the BCW World Tag Team Champions, Adam Ace, and the Real Deal Jason Shields, the Game Changer.
And just ahead of the BCW World Tag Team title match at Random Draw, we got Adam Ace taking on a Grizzly Mac here tonight. Bit of a preview going into the tag match. Both men have very impressive records, and we're going to see who gets it done here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Grizzly Mac.
And there we go, a bit of a war of words between Adam Ace and Amir Man, but Adam Ace does have it correct that the only loss that Amir and Mac have is when Amir got pinned. Grizzly Mac has been absolutely devastating in every match he's been in, but when they face each other at the Random Draw event, it all comes down to the match type. Every match will be randomized, so it's a real hard match to plan for. It's a real hard card to plan for, where you don't know what type of matchup you're going to be in. But they know here tonight it is a one-on-one singles match. Adam Ace and Grizzly Mac. And as I mentioned in the tail of the tape, both men only have one loss on their record. Grizzly Mac, his came in the form of a tag team match where Amir got pinned. So Grizzly Mac has not been pinned in BCW. He has a few singles wins. He has a singles win over Isaac Taylor. And the rest have come by tag team competition, but he has been absolutely devastating. So he can get it done in tag matches, he can get it done in singles matches. Grizzly Mac is legit. Now on the flip side, Adam Ace, he has one loss, and that is in a lone singles match that he had against the BCW World Champion Dirty Dawn. And in that match against Dirty Dawn, Adam Ace had about 80% of that match all sewn up. It was just right at the end that Dirty Dawn was able to get the pin. Adam Ace had his hand on the rope, but the ref didn't see it. So if things went just a slightly different way, Adam Ace could have been the BCW World Champion. So when your only loss is to the World Champ, there is no shame in that. Both these men highly, highly ranked wrestlers in BCW, and they're getting it on here tonight. And Grizzly Mac, as I mentioned, he's been absolutely devastating as he initiates the airplane spin here. Grizzly Mac has been absolutely devastating, showing his power, athleticism, agility. He has that claw submission hold he's been using. He is really the total package when it comes to a partner and also a singles competitor. Big, big things for Grizzly Mac here in BCW. No one's been able to stop him. He has shown no weakness. And he's got some big shots there. Opting to go for some strikes, and then picking him up and throwing him right down on that top rope. Goes for the pin, but only a 1. Big sidewalk slam there. Follows it up with a PK kick right to the face. But every time Grizzly Mac gets a bit of momentum, Adam Ace comes back with some strikes or some shots of his own. You cannot let Grizzly Mac get ahead of steam and chain together 3, 4, 5 moves. Otherwise it is... Goes for the pin there, kicks out. You can't let Grizzly Mac chain together 3, 4, 5 moves. Otherwise he is going to be a runaway freight train. You got to shut him down. You got to suck up that pain and hit Grizzly Mac right back with something that is equally as devastating as he's hitting you with. Adam Ace reverses. Brings it back into his corner away from Amir Man. Smart play there. We're going to see if Amir Man or Jason Shields on the outside are going to play a factor in this. I don't think Jason Shields is going to interfere unless provoked by either Grizzly Mac or Amir Man. But Amir, I would not be surprised if he interjected himself in this match. Grizzly Mac taunting the crowd there. Admiring his handiwork. Oh, and just kicking up the dirt there. Maybe playing with his food a bit too much. Adam Ace, let's not forget, he's a legit competitor, but he's also a champion here in BCW. One half of the World Tag Team Champion, so do not take Adam Ace or Jason Shields lightly. Jason Shields going over to check on Adam Ace. Making sure he's okay. Big tumble to the outside. Oh, he's going for a big chop right to the brain. Gets back in the ring. Picking him up. Is he going to go for that? Nope. Goes for that Wasteland Seton combo. Thought he was going to go for that airplane spin again. Just wrenching on the neck. Could be a precursor to set up for that big claw submission hold that Grizzly Mac has been doing. And no one's been able to kick out of that. He's beat Isaac Taylor with that. He's beaten other competitors with it. It's once you get that move locked in, no one has been able to get out. No one's been able to get to the ropes to break the grip. Once he gets that move, it is all sewn up and done so far here in BCW. But a big shot there from Adam Ace. He's going for the rage quit, that curb stomp maneuver. A signature maneuver, and there's Amir Man, but Grizzly Mac didn't even need it. He got right up after that rage quit move. Now he's taunting it up here. I think the play is you got to go immediately for the pin. Do not take Adam Ace lightly. If you're coming out here to do some damage and to try and beat your opponents and get the momentum before that tag title match. Oh, there's Amir. And Adam Ace with a big move. Amir tried to stop Adam Ace, but he went right through the ropes and hit him with that DDT. And very thin matting on the outside. Not much cushion, not much padding. You're getting basically the full brunt of it right on the cranium. Adam Ace going up to the top here. What's he got in mind? Oh, and Grizzly Mac gets up. Opts to not go for it. Oh, and a huge headbutt. Massive headbutt. This could be it. Just skull to skull. And that is it. Grizzly Mac did not even need his submission. Did not need any signature maneuvers. Just a straight headbutt to the face.
Here is your winner, Grizzly Mac.
And Adam Ace could be hurt. Adam Ace looks like he's real hurt on that one. Well, congratulations to Grizzly Mac. Grizzly Mac and Amir have a World Tag Team title shot coming up in just a few weeks at the Random Draw event, and they're looking good. And we have a medical update here on Jacob Akane. Jacob Akane, some serious damage to that neck was caused by Ultimo Nightmare in episode 13's main event in that Beyond Rules match. As you can see here, every rope his neck is just crashing through, and those steel cables are relentless. The doctors are checking on Jacob Akane, but there is no timetable for his return.
The following contest is your main event of the evening and will be a 6-man tag match. Fighting out of the blue corner at a combined weight of 545 pounds, the team of Kensho and Tafik.
The question going into this one is, who is their mystery tag team partner going to be? Who has Benson selected to replace him in this 6-man tag main event? And here we go, Fancy Dan, the replacement for Benson Hicks. Of course, Fancy Dan faced Dirty Don a few weeks ago. Dirty Don went on. Oh, and speaking of Dirty Don, here he is. Sneak attack to Fancy Dan, just smashing his shoulder right into those steel steps. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get control of this situation. We're going to take a quick break and be right back to the action. Well, the bell has rung. The main event is underway. A tag team main event match. Hard Limit versus Tafik and Kensho. Fancy Dan was attacked brutally right before this match got going, and he was taken to the back. As you can see there, he was taken to the back. He was stumbling around ringside. He was not fit to compete after that sneak attack from Dirty Don. So management has decided that it's Tafik and Kensho in a tag team match against Hard Limit. Dirty Don wanted no part of this tag match, so he told Hard Limit to get in there and fight it for him. So we had a bit of shenanigans here tonight, but the 6-man tag team main event has turned into a standard tag team main event here tonight. Hard Limit taking on Kensho and Tafik. And let's get into the action here. We got the Tool currently in the ring, and he's going up against Kensho. Big side slam there from Kensho. And Kensho and Tafik have been teaming up the last few weeks prior to them both becoming the #1 contender for the world title. So they have a lot of tag team experience under their belt in such a short period of time. They're currently undefeated in BCW. Whereas Hard Limit at the last pay-per-view, the BCW Breakout pay-per-view, they got a world tag team title shot. They came up short against the Game Changers, but they looked good in that matchup. And since that pay-per-view, they have teamed up with Dirty Don. They've become his bodyguards, his goon squad. Basically, anytime Dirty Don has a problem with anyone on the roster, he sends Hard Limit in to do the legwork. But Dirty Don doing a bit of the legwork here tonight, getting Benson taken out of the match, then having Fancy Dan be taken out of the match after that sneak attack, not medically cleared. It looked like there was some issue with Fancy Dan's shoulder, so Dirty Don doing a bit of the heavy lifting in terms of manipulation and chicanery and tactics outside the ring. But when it comes inside the ring, he sends Hard Limit to try and get the job done. But Kensho is looking real good here. Makes the tag to Tafik. And Tafik is the big man. He has the next title shot. Will be at the random draw event. It'll be Dirty Don taking on Tafik for the BCW World title. It was just a few weeks ago that Tafik earned his title shot by defeating Dirty Don in a Champions Challenge match. He won via split decision and earned the championship match. So it'll be interesting to see at random draw. All the matches are randomized, so we're going to see what randomized matched Tafik and Dirty Don will compete in. But we got Sweetcox here in the ring. This is a true Haas battle right here. Both men over 6 feet, both men over the 300-pound mark. Big meaty men just throwing around some meat here in the ring. Sweetcox with a big shot to the back. Takes him over back to his corner so he can do the damage, keep him away from Kensho. We do have Dirty Don in the corner of Hard Limit. We're going to see if that plays a factor. Whether Dirty Don interferes, distracts the ref, or if he's just there as providing counsel and providing some advice during the match. He may see something that Hard Limit does not see. Dirty Don may see an injury to either Kensho or Tafik. He may see something that Hard Limit misses, and he can inform them up to the minute. So it's an invaluable asset to have a manager out here, especially when it's the world champion, Dirty Don. And Kensho is so adept with those strikes, those kicks, and that's why I think Sweetcox there was going for that Boston Crab, not to win the match, but just to get that leg damaged. Speaking of damaging the leg, Sweetcox is all wrapped up in the corner here. Shot to that knee. And since week 1, Sweetcox has had those knee pads on his knees, so not a bad idea taking out the legs of Sweetcox, destroying that vertical base. Meeting in the ring and just colliding right there, neither man getting the advantage. And I don't think Sweetcox should be playing up to the crowd. I know it's all part of the mental game, but when you got a big man like Tafik, you have the #1 contender, you got to take it to him. Just like that, big shot, ducks it, and big leaping clothesline. Sweetcox gaining a bit of momentum, stringing together some move after move. And is he going to go for his signature? Is he going to lock him in there and hit the Girthquake? And he is. Locks him up in the ropes in a maneuver that hits the 7-10 split, which he calls the Girthquake. Absolutely devastating maneuver. I still do not know how that is not a disqualification. Sweetcox got a special caveat in his contract that allows him to do that Girthquake maneuver. And this move here, this is a move that we've actually seen Tafik do a few times. big swing. Oh, but he's woozy. He's discombobulated. Can he go for the cover? Between the Earthquake and that big spin, that's two big, devastating maneuvers. And he does. And Tafik able to kick out. I think that move equally discombobulated Sweetcox as much as it did Tafik. If he was able to go for the cover a bit sooner, I think would have paid dividends. Now we got the Tool getting hit with a big air raid crash for his troubles, gets in the ring and is immediately hit with that air raid crash. And devastating maneuver, that could be it. Tool taking a bit of time to get back up, but comes firing right back with strikes. It looked like he was going for a big slam. The Tool reverses it. And the Tool needs to have that sense of urgency when you're facing the #1 contender. But he tags out. Now we got Kensho in. Hitting those big knees, as I mentioned before. Kensho's so adept with those strikes. He can use his hands, he can use his head, but it's those knees that he really excels at. And the Tool here reversing that leaping tombstone attempt into one of his own. Does enough damage to get Sweetcox back in the match here. Oh, and what do we have? Dirty Don. Dirty Don grabbing a chair and throwing it in the ring. Is that what he wants here tonight? Does he want Sweetcox and the Tool to go? Oh, and he goes for a cheating pin there. Gets out of it. But Dirty Don throwing the chair in the ring. Does he want Sweetcox and the Tool to use it to add some damage to these two #1 contenders, to try and injure them before the matchups that he has? But Kensho, a house on fire, really taking it to Sweetcox here. Is he going to go for that? He's really trying for that leaping tombstone, but Sweetcox and the Tool have it scouted. They know it's a devastating maneuver. It's put people out, and they want to avoid it at all costs. Kensho a little woozy to get up. What does Sweetcox have here? Big knee. And a TKO maneuver. Goes for the pin. Can he beat the number? No. But they are getting closer to pinning Kensho, especially after a few big moves like that. And the referee does get that chair out of the ring. What's he going for here? Is it the groin claw? And Kensho avoids. Much in the same way that you want to avoid that leaping tombstone, you want to avoid the Earthquake and that groin claw at every cost. Tag back into Tafik. Tafik letting him know that he's fired up. And some big axe handles right there. And just feeling it, sending a message both to Sweetcox, but also to Dirty Don on that one. And when Tafik, just so much power, when he hoists you up, it looks effortless. The Tool there, not even going after Tafik. I think that's a mistake. You gotta get on Tafik and you gotta stay on him. You cannot be playing it up to the fans, in my opinion. Picks him up. Tafik reverses. Oh, and what's he got here? It can't be good! Oh my god, powerbomb. As we see with Ultimo Nightmare hitting that powerbomb on Jacob Akane, when you hit a powerbomb in those ropes, it's so devastating. But speaking of devastating, big, huge knee. This could be it. Tafik has won matches with that. That big, huge knee is devastating. I do not know how the Tool got out of it. He is resilient, but you cannot take move after move after move like that. Big 300-pounder, 6'4", 6'5", coming at you with all his power, all his momentum, and just smashing you in the face with his knee. Oh, but a double team maneuver coming up here. They got the DP, the double power bomb. Could that be it? Hitting Tafik with the double powerbomb. 2. No. That is the closest 2 count we have had in the match. That is the closest that Hard Limit have been to winning this match. And that would be a huge, huge win for Hard Limit if they can beat 2 number 1 contenders in a tag match. As I mentioned, Kensho and Tafik also undefeated in tag team competition here in BCW as well. So, and a big shoulder block. Both teams hitting a lot of big moves. Both teams getting real close to the 3 count. We're coming up to the breaking point in this match. Who can hit a few more big maneuvers and pick up the victory? Tafik throws the tool back to his corner. Is he looking to make the tag? And he does. What's this maneuver going to be? Oh, just picks him up. Uses his own partner as a weapon to smash that head into the bottom turnbuckle. And the tool knows it. He's been hit with some big shots. Opts to roll out of the ring to get a breather. Smart maneuver. I think it could have just been the momentum that knocked him out, but it was still a smart maneuver to clear his head for a second. Go to the outside. But Kensho right back on him, all over the tool. Oh, and you don't see that much rake in his face across that top rope. Oh, and a big, huge kick. Kensho has knocked out people with that kick. Oh, and here it is. Could this be it? The leaping tombstone finally hits it. 3rd time is the charm for Kensho. Can he go for the pin and capitalize? Opts to go for another shot to the back. Hit him in the spine and the kidneys. And like we've seen in MMA, you cannot take too many of those kicks. Just ask Uriah Faber when he faced Matt Brown. You cannot take kick after kick after kick. And a tag out to Tafik. Good tag team synergy. Quick tags by both Hard Limit and Tafik and Kensho. And both teams doing amazingly well for an impromptu tag team match. Both were going in with the game plan that it was going to be a 6-man tag team match. Although Dirty Don may have known that he can try and whittle it down to just a tag match so that he did not have to compete. So he's fresh as a daisy for when he faces Tafik. But Tafik and Kensho doing surprisingly well, factoring in that they were originally supposed to team with Benson and then Fancy Dan, but both were taken out. And another quick tag there. What's this maneuver? Oh, big assisted slam. And Kensho goes right into the pin. Tool nowhere to be seen, and that is it. Kensho and Tafik with a huge double team maneuver, picking up Sweetcocks and smashing them down to the mat. Speaking of big hits, big 7-10 split on that Girthquake.
Here is your winner via pinfall, the team of Kensho and Tafik.
In a real back and forth main event, but the number 1 contenders of Kensho and Tafik pick up the win, getting all that momentum going in to the random draw event. Congratulations to Tafik and Kensho, 2 number 1 contenders picking up the win. Things are not looking good for Dirty Don and company here tonight. Alright, and we kicked off action tonight with the Exiled getting a huge win over flips per second. It was almost a squash match, all Ultimo Nightmare, sending a message to the locker room, super devastating. Exiled pick up the win. Then in our second match, we had Byron Cassidy defeating the Great Gomez. Sergio came out after that match for a post-match attack. Byron shut it down. Byron and Sergio at random draw. We're going to see who wins that one. Then we had Grizzly Mac beating Adam Ace with a massive headbutt, just skull to skull. Adam Ace could not recover. Gets the L here tonight. Grizzly Mac gets the win. All the momentum going into that World Tag Team title match. And Kensho and Tafik, it was changed to a tag match from a 6-man tag. Kensho and Tafik pick up the win. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll catch you in the next one.